Okay, so I wanted to do this live on YouTube. It's so much easier to do that, but I'm gonna do it through recording because my live YouTube thing is giving me problems. So I want to make this quick, but I want to go through a couple things we've been going through training with Altoona with, and so the main thing we've been focusing on is a reminder of some core items, agenda items that we've been that I think some people have forgotten about. I mean, every person in training so far, and also other people that I've talked to throughout the last couple of weeks, have either not been doing this at all, these things at all, or have been doing like a variation of these things. Let me find something to prop this thing up real quick. Hold on. And quite frankly, I've seen it negatively impact people a bunch, and so I wanted to go through it and I wanted to just clarify certain things. So focusing and training, I saw people do a couple different things that would negatively impact their numbers. And if you disagree with me on this, then definitely let me know. Contact me, and I'd love to talk to you about it. But the first thing is I think people are struggling to get into the sweepstake. We're just kind of going down the script, okay? And I think the reason why people are struggling to get into the sweepstake is because they're using the same old dry enter to win our $30,000 window makeover, and I even saw people doing this at like Hershey and whatnot. That's not going to work anymore. You got to try different things. Okay. If we have access to something else that we're giving out, whether it's a gift card to the store that we're at in front of or whatever, that's fine too. I think talking about what we're doing for charity though enters you into a conversation that's going to be much more prosperous probably for you. Okay. So again, using language like, sir, I just want to, and holding your hand out, stopping the person. So I just want to let you know about some charity initiatives that Renewal by Anderson's been doing. So far, we've given, 120,000 pounds of food to places like the Bethesda Mission. And, I think we're close to 35,000 pounds of food to Speranza Animal Rescue, items to Speranza Animal Rescue. Now, the way that you can help us is by simply signing up for our $30,000 window makeover we're giving away. Just takes a second. What's your name? Okay. In addition, when we're at stores collecting donations, I've seen a sizable amount of people also take the steps to kind of squander that too. And I don't really get it because I've seen all of these people that I've watched do this now do it the right way, and then I've seen them sort of backtrack into the wrong way. So I've seen people, for example, say things like, "Well, thank you so much for your donation. Would you like to sign up for our $30,000 window makeover?" Or "Thank you for your donation. Because you donated, we're offering a $30,000 window makeover. Is that something that would interest you? Or can this help you?" Those things aren't going to work. I mean, it should be very straightforward. Thank you so much for your donation. Because you donated today, I'm going to enter you to win $30,000 worth of free Anderson windows and doors. What's your name? Okay, simple as that. All right, go right for it. Pen down the paper. Don't even look at them after you say it. Look at the paper. Get ready to write down their name. Okay, just like canvassing, no different. Okay. Problems with windows is something that's always a struggle for some people, but not for all. That's not what we're going to go over in this right now. I think that's extremely important. It's just not what we're going to spend time on right now, because the people I talked to, I didn't identify that as an issue for them. Then we get into the value of the visit. Now, the value of the visit it's extremely important the way that we do this as well. Remember, we're repeating some problems back then. So there's a number of different reasons why X will happen with Y windows. Okay. So there's a number of reasons why, warping will occur in vinyl windows, okay? Something like that, all right? Now, what I do now is have one of our foremen come out, and they check those windows, they make sure that they're good, or they make sure that they wouldn't make sure that they're good, they make sure that they check the problems, okay? Take a look at them, see what other problems you might be experiencing. The general idea is to let that person know we're gonna come out, and our main motivation is checking all these windows for you. Our main motivation, we're gonna give you a quote, we're gonna go through that stuff too, but our main motivation is checking those windows to see what's up with them. Okay. And again, the reason is because you could win the $30,000 window makeover. That's great. But even if you don't, you're going to need the information eventually. Sorry, my microphone turned off here. 1 second. All right. So clearly communicating that is important. Um, sorry, my microphone's giving me all kinds of problems. My dog is stalking me right now too. Kelly, I'm not gonna hold you right now, baby. I love you, but I'm not holding you right now. I do love you though. You have a blanket set up for yourself? I'm not playing with you right now. I'm trying to just go lay down. Because nobody else did. Sorry, my dog is being a pain in the ass. I mean, you're not gonna eat a pencil. No. Love you, but don't shouldn't put left out. All right, so at the end of that value of the visit, it's very important how we enter into that next part too. So I've heard a couple people now, mainly events people, ask the question, how does that sound helpful? Instead of asking the question, we have appointments as early as tomorrow. What time do you get out of work? Okay, and remember too, we had that script change a couple weeks ago, which is more. It's more of an option than anything. I would say that if you're having trouble, then change it. If you're not, then don't. But remember the script change was simple. It was from the call center. We're still saying we have appointments as early as tomorrow, but we're adding in the end of that, instead of saying what works best for you morning or evening, we're adding on the end of that what time do you get out of work. So what time do you get out of work? Okay, what time you usually get home from work? Okay, and again, it's sort of giving them less options. It's a more direct question, okay, and it doesn't open you up to as many. I feel like it doesn't open up to as many rebuttals for you, okay. Now let's say that person says anything except for no, okay. Now some of the rebuttals that I've heard too have been pretty atrocious. They have not ended with us going back to the script. They have not included any of the tools that we have right now. The Black Friday sale, the $500 gift cards that we're giving out, the even the VIP card, even the fact that the quote's good for one full year. I haven't heard that in a lot of rebuttals. I've heard, well, you're eventually going to need to purchase Windows. Well, it's worth just taking a look. Kind of silly things like that, guys, and that's not what that's not going to do it for you. It's not going to do well for you. Okay. Now, getting past that though, that conversation about date and time should end right there. Another thing that I've heard a lot of people doing is continuing that conversation about date and time. So the person will say, yeah, I don't think that tomorrow's going to work. And we'll follow up with, well, we do have appointments, on Friday too. Would Friday or Saturday work better? That's going to kill you. You're not supposed to talk date and time. Talking date and time is not going to be helpful to you. Okay. All you're doing is you're saying, we have appointments as early as tomorrow. What time do you get out of work? Or even what time works best for you, morning or afternoon? Okay. And then if whatever the customer says there, unless they say no and you get a rebuttal, the simple response should be, I'll take note of that. I'll take a note of that. And then you move on. Okay. Now the next part after that, you're going through the two commitments. All right. So okay, great. We need to set aside at least 90 minutes. We need both homeowners home, so on and so forth. Okay, great. You get that information. You make sure you check over all your paperwork and everything like that. Okay. And then after that, you'll enter into getting on the phone with the call center. Okay. Now, my suggestion is this. I heard Seth say this, and I think that it works well. I think it works a lot better. Instead of saying to the customer, I'm going to get the office on the phone to schedule you an appointment or whatever, instead of saying that, just pull out your phone, look at it, and say, I'm gonna get you an updated schedule right now. And then call the call center. Okay, right there. All right. You're getting an updated schedule from the call center. That's what you're doing. But it doesn't give that customer time to make up some excuse like, I don't have any time for this right now. Now, yes, you could have some people fall off because they could say, whoa. I'm not going to call it whatever, this and that. That's going to happen either way. You're going to have to rebuttal those people either way. It's all about how you have to rebuttal them. A certain portion of people are just going to roll with it. A certain portion of people are going to pull out their schedule and they're going to conform to whatever you're doing. What I can guarantee you is that it's going to make people a lot less comfortable to say, I got to go. Okay. they're gonna feel caught in a good way. Okay. All right. So at the end of that, they go through, they set up the date and time, then leverage the rest of your tools. Make sure that you let that person know for cancellation, for the sake of cancellation, whatever you haven't gone over. Listen, Black Friday sale, November. You're getting your appointment in November. It's the best time to get it. We are giving off, what is it? $350 each window, $800 each patio door. We're giving away a free entry door per eight for when you purchase 8 windows. And we have no money down, no interest, no payments for 2 full years. So it's the biggest sale that we've ever offered. In addition, I'm going to give you this gift card. Okay. Now this gift card is extremely important. Okay. This gift card, we literally just started doing this, and we're not going to do it for very long neither. So I really appreciate your time. I know it's a tough time. This is our way to stimulate this economy in home improvements. Okay. Even during the winter time here. And lastly, we have our 5% off VIP card, which is only at this point given out at events. That's it. Only given out at events. Takes an additional 5% off your total cost. You can pair that up with the $500 gift card. Beautiful, fantastic. Okay, great. I'm going to sign and date that. Here you go. Here's an appointment. Don't forget that appointment. Okay. Make sure you use all of the tools that you have by the end of that appointment. It does not make sense to throw your appointment into the cancellation problem bucket because you did not tighten everything up. Something so simple. Okay. And of course, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, then reach out. If you see your numbers go down, reach out. And please, 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 you see people calling demos every single day, every single week. Chris Wybe had 7 last week. Okay. Call. Any free moment you got that you're okay spending on call and call, and any hour under 40 hours at the very least, spend calling too. For you guys that want to move up, show that you want to move up to. Be willing to do, a simple 43, 45 hours a week to put in the time to make your own commission. Like you got to think, okay, I've said it since the dawn of time in this company. You don't have to be the best in order to grow, okay? But you damn sure don't want to be the worst. You damn sure don't want to be the worst, and you damn sure want to be trying the hardest. That's the thing, is that you don't have to be the best, but yeah, if you're working, 50 hours a week, 45 hours a week, and you're hustling and doing everything that you can do to get leads and putting your energy into this job, into energizing other people and being positive and so on and so forth and whatnot, then it's going to be way more lucrative for you, and you're going to put yourself in front of everybody else to grow. Now, when we talk about growth, what are the possibilities? You go, oh, COVID's freaking me out. Oh my God, shutdowns could happen and blah, blah, blah. Philadelphia shutting down and indoor dining shutting down and, blah, blah, blah county and this and that or whatever. And Jesus, this is 150,000 cases. Yeah, you know what? And pretty soon it's going to be 200,000 cases. And then probably 225,000 after that a day. And then, it's going to go up from 1,000 deaths to 1,500 deaths to maybe 2,000 deaths or whatever. It's probably not going to be as bad as March or April, but it's going to be bad. And oh my God, we just surpassed 10 million. Listen, everyone's going through the same shit. Everybody is. There's a lot of places that have a lot of people that have lost jobs, a lot of businesses that got out of business. Now, I would never sit here and tell you, well, you better be thankful because no. All I'm going to tell you is that you have to be okay sort of putting a pause button on your life where you're working in it, you're working hard, you're hustling, you're making money, but you're understanding too that our company is trying to navigate its way through the worst pandemic since 1918 right now. Okay, our company is probably going through the toughest time, not financially. We're strong. We're a strong company financially, but internally, because of this stuff, probably since at least 2008, 2009, and the fear that was drawn up by that. Okay, you got to understand these things. You can't be blind to these things. And when you have a bad day, you can't make it convenient for you. Like, oh, well, I think I deserve growth. And I think that, I don't know what's happening here. I don't think the positions will be available, or he lying to me, or they lying to me, or whatever. You can't think like that, dude. And if you do, then go home. Go home. Like if you do, then this is not the company for you, because patience is an absolute virtue. And you know what? Some of you might not find that convenient. Patience might not be what you can deal with right now. Maybe you are in a situation where you can't deal with that patience, and you can't, give it a couple months, and you can't, wait for a vaccine, whatever. Wait till canvassing comes back or whatever. Then fine, then leave. No one's holding you here. I hope that it works out wherever you go. Again, I have, if I'm being honest, I have floated 6 months ago, 5 months ago, 4 months ago, whatever, middle of the summer, maybe I should just leave. Maybe I could go canvas somewhere else. Canvassing will be open somewhere else, and I'll be able to go and I know I can get a job doing it. Why not just do that? And you might wonder why I stuck with it. The reason why I stuck with it is because what I know is, maybe I could have made a couple extra bucks doing canvassing somewhere else or whatever, because I would have had a different pay structure, or whatever. Maybe I could have started a canvassing career with a different company or whatever, or moved back to Massachusetts or whatever, moved up to Maine or whatever. Okay, maybe I could have done these things, but what I know is this: is that I'm probably going to be less happy changing companies in the middle of a pandemic. I'm probably going to be less happy, and I'm probably going to find a company that's less supportive of my goals long term. And I definitely long term am going to make less money, and that's a guarantee. I know that because I know the financial stability of this company, because I've been here for 11 years. So I know the financial stability of the company. I know what their intentions are. I know what their goals are as a company, and they align with my goals. And look, you might look at your life and go, well, they don't align with my goals or whatever. Or, I don't think I can grow in this company. And fine, that's a decision that you have to make. That's a decision that you have to make. What I would suggest for your own resume and for your own head, get as many few people involved in that decision process as possible. It doesn't got to be everybody else's business. You don't have to treat it like it's picking a college or whatever, and you got to get everybody and all your friends involved and stuff like that. It's not. It's a personal decision that you have to make then at that point. No one's stopping you from doing that. No one is holding you back from doing that. I don't care who you are. I don't care what position you're in. No one's stopping me from doing that. What does the growth look like at this point now? Well, again, the growth still stands. When we go back to canvassing, the positions will be available for everybody to grow that wants to grow and that does a good job now. I'm not going to have bad managers just because, oh man, well, they've been here for a long time. I don't do that. I don't base anything off seniority. What I can guarantee you is that if we had 25 people right now, then we would have 25 managers if we needed to, if we wanted to, whenever we restarted canvassing. Because the way the structure is going to look, like I've told you before, we're going to need as many managers as we can get, as many good ones as we can get. And that's the reality. Will everybody make it into that? Well, at this current point, no. Why? Because some people need to take some steps to do the right thing, and I need to be confident that they're going to do the right thing for the department going forward. Okay. Now, other people might want to go into sales, and again, great, go for it. Go for it. Okay. Absolutely 100%. Would not hold you back from that at all. Okay. The thing I would say to that is you're not going to get hired into sales in December and January. Okay. There's not going to be enough leads to fuel the sales reps that we have now. You want to create another position for yourself in sales? Then my suggestion is get to recruiting, start finding people that would be good for this job that could replace you. Not because you have to, but because it will make it easier for you, because more leads obviously makes a need for more sales reps. And my other suggestion would be start focusing on your numbers now, because what you do now matters. And we've seen this time and time and time again. And ask the other people that have been in this department. Ask the people that have been in this department that have grown and the people that have been in this department that have not grown. Okay. The people that have been let go or the people that have quit because they didn't have the growth. We all know who I'm talking about. Ask those two different groups of people. Ask the people that have grown in sales if they think that I was fair to them, if they think that I did the right thing for them, made the right decisions for them in terms of when they grow. Ask them, and then ask the people that are no longer here anymore. I guarantee you're going to get two super different answers to that question. Okay. And then it's up to you to decide which one of those groups of people you believe. My suggestion is you look at their lives. You look at where they're at. You look at their qualities as a human being, okay? And then you decide from there whether or not you believe me, okay? I don't give a shit if you believe me. I don't, it doesn't pass the point of the general, animalistic want for people to, of course, believe you. I don't care. I don't care because if you don't have that much trust in me that you believe that I'm, giving you the proper information or trying to help you grow or that I'm not holding you back or whatever, then you shouldn't be here. You shouldn't be in this company. You damn sure shouldn't be in my department. And you shouldn't be infecting other people with your BS. So I sent that message too, just based on a conversation a couple weeks ago. Guys, it's going to get cold up. It's going to get real cold up. Okay. That's going to suck. It's going to suck a lot, especially in places like Hershey. Because there's no preventative measure at Hershey that we can take as far as moving indoors. Other places we're moving indoors. We're going to move indoors in the Ace Hardwares. We're going to move indoors in the Leg Up Farms. We're going to move indoors in a lot of the stores that we have. Okay, a lot of the events that we're going to be doing, as long as we're allowed to, are going to be indoors inside malls and things like that. Hershey's not going to be indoors. There's going to be certain events we have that are not going to be indoors. Some stores will probably decide, we might decide This store is too small. We don't want to be indoors here. My suggestion is that you keep yourself as warm as possible. Effective immediately, we've ordered hand warmers and toe warmers. We're going to make sure that there's a pair of those for each person that's going to be at each event for the entire event. We want to make sure that you have a pair of those. We have jackets for each and every single person. I'm going to order hats for each and every single person. I'm going to order gloves for each and every single person. So all that stuff. If you dress warm, it won't affect you. If you dress warm, it won't affect you. Bottom line, okay? Look, in the wintertime, we can add layers and add layers. In the summertime, we can't just take them off and take them off. You know, so this is extremely preventable. If you're cold at an event at this point, it's because you didn't take the steps to make yourself warm, because all of us have access to the Weather Channel. So let's just make sure again, guys, that we control what we can control, that we focus on what we can focus on. That's going to get us to the best possible place. And again, communicate, communicate, communicate. I can't say it enough. If you have a problem, just call me. Let me know. Don't tell it to 10 other people. Call me and let me know. Call me and we'll try to address it. I know we've had some issues with, for example, the call center. I've had people, you know, I'm very grateful for it. Call me and let me know what's going on. I've addressed it right away. I haven't waited 3 seconds to address it. Called the call center right away. So we'll continue dealing with these things. You just got to communicate with me. Okay. Thank you guys very much. I appreciate your effort. We're having another good month. Okay. I don't see us stopping anytime soon. So don't worry about shutdowns and what's going on here and political unrest and blah, blah, blah. Handle and focus on what you can control. And that's it.